The more we learn about standardized testing, the more likely we are to be appalled. And the more appalled we are, the more inclined we will be to do what is necessary to protect our children. That is a quote from author of The Case Against Standardized Testing, Raising the Score of Ruining Schools, African. Many of you know or have children that knows what it feels like to take a test after test, wondering what the test really stands for. From the third grade to my senior year in high school, I have taken a standardized test. As I was promoted to the next grade level, the harder it was to pass each test. Today, my purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience that standardized tests are not good for students. Standardized tests are not good for students because it determines a child's future, takes the focus away from education, and focus on the scores than the student. First, I'm going to share how the standardized test determines a child's future. Standardized test is a method used to determine schools' accountability. These tests measure student skills in their daily subjects, which are English, mathematics, reading, and science. According to New York University research professor and historian of education, Diane Radovich, author of the article American Schools in Crisis, in 2001, after the election of President George W. Bush, Congress passed a law called No Child Left Behind, which changed the federal role in education. Today, children across the United States spend the majority of their education preparing for these tests. We literally ate, slept, and breathed standardized tests. As children, we did not think anything about it. We just thought we was taking a test. But as we got older, we learned that it was much more than a test. In high school, students take the Subject Area Test Program, better known as the SATP. Being a high school student, you have one thing on your mind, that is graduation. Before you graduate, you have to pass all your classes. Easy, right? In addition to passing your classes, you have all 4 SATP tests in algebra, biology, English, and the U.S. history. If a child does not pass one of these tests, they will continue to take the test until he or she makes a passing score. The child has an opportunity to make a passing score until he or she becomes a senior. If they fail to make a passing score their senior year, then he or she cannot graduate with their class. According to articles.latimes.com, Superintendent of Public Instruction Tom Torlexton said there's a frustration I hear from teachers, parents, and administrators that there is too much testing and too much time preparing for these tests. Now I would like to show how standardized tests takes the focus off education. According to schools.blog.cnn.com, Jenny LaCosta Caputa of the Texas Association of School Administrators said this one test has become the single measure for a student's success, and that is what absolutely is wrong. I completely agree. The impact of these tests are so strong that drastic changes have been made to the educational system. Today, teachers are being evaluated on whether their teaching abilities are capable of producing passing scores. Not only that, schools who do not have a passing score within a few years can be closed down or taken over by the state. My parents always taught me to go to school to receive an education in hopes that one day I will use my education to earn my dream job or to help save the world. How can I do that if my school is closed or my teachers are being fired for not producing passing scores? I cannot, and neither can other children. Finally, I would like to show you how I focus on scores than the student. According to WashingtonPost.com, Texas Governor Rick Perry signed into law cuts from 15 to 5, which is the number of end-of-course exams for a high school student. Even state officials feel that it is time to take action. But I want to take a step back. School administrators worry so much about these scores for these tests that they do not give students a valuable education, meaning the teachers focus on teaching the material, then there will be on the test that they do not spend enough time covering the material for the child to get a clear understanding. Above all, school test scores are being compared to other schools, as if it was some kind of competition to use these children to earn the top scores. What happened to helping our children? In conclusion, I would like to remind you that my purpose was to persuade my audience that the standardized tests are not good for students. I have explained how stereotypes determines a child's future, takes the focus off of education, and focus on the scores and the student. My classmates and 2 of my family members were affected by these tests that find a score dependent whether they will walk across that field or sit in the stands. Standardized tests have not only impacted my life, but it has for you, a loved one, or a friend. In the beginning, standardized tests was a way to help teachers improve their students' weaknesses in the daily subject. Today, I stand before you to tell you that these tests have taken on their own mission, which is to determine a child's future. As a parent, sibling, or whoever, let's help our children and show that we care about their education and future. Thank you for listening.